Hello. So every day we look after our hens, but this time we're going to show you guys how we look after them. So first of all, this is their hutch, basically, their run, as we like to call it. They have other places, put them in the compost bin, they eat all of the slug snails and all of that. And then we have a big part in the orchard, which we'll show you later. Then over here, if you come inside, we have their food, which is just their pellets that they would normally eat. Their grit, which helps them lay their eggs with shells. And then their water, which is there. We hose those down mostly every weekend, would you say? Then over there is their hut down there, and there's a ramp up. Then sometimes we give them a treat of corn or something that Ben's tying up, which is some greens, so normally lettuce. Ben, if you move out of the way, lettuce or chard, and that's just a hen flying up onto the compost bin. So yeah, we just put them in there for a sec, and then those were the snacks that we just put in for them every now and again, just to let them have some variety in their meals.
Great, thank you.
So this is their main food, like house, and we seal them in containers so that other things don't get them. This is their corn, their treat, which is what we put in the peck toy. This is their grit, which again I told you earlier helps them with their eggshells. If we just seal those containers, Ben, seal that around. So that's how we seal them. Just put them around. That one has a container in, so we can't seal that. Then this is their main grit, and if I do this, this is their pellets. It's not grit, it's like pellets or grit, I don't really know what to call that, but that's their main food. So this is the compost bin where we sometimes keep them. We always watch over them. And what are they doing, Ben?
They're just scratching around, pecking for bugs and
slugs and snails, anything that's in there that they find remotely interesting.
And one of them keeps jumping out.
Yes, this is... Wait, where is she?
Princess Leia.
Princess Leia there. And she keeps jumping up onto here because she thinks it's her perch.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's our interruption, by the way, throughout the whole video.
So where are we now, Ben?
So we're now in the grassland area where they can have peck around on all grass and
what do they tend to do then?
They tend to scratch for bugs again, the same as what they would do in the compost bin. This time we've got a little water thing over there to keep them hydrated. This is just one of the hen's example. And we corner this off with some just walls for now. And then that's her having a drink, clearly thirsty. And then over there we just have a little gate that will go across the entrance to the orchard.
Okay. And when you first had them, because they were battery hens,
Yeah,
they weren't used.
ex-battery hens.
They weren't used to this, were they?
No, they were very confused. Very confused.
But now they love it.
They absolutely love it. Yeah. Got 6 of them, which is great. Oh, she doesn't like me. Right, drumstick. We have a look at their feet to make sure that all of their scales are looking in good quality. Sometimes we clean off their feet if they're lucky, but only once they've been out. Then we just have a look under their bellies to make sure that they've got a good amount of feathers. Some of them have been molting, so they won't have as many as they normally would.
And this bit on top of their head, that's got to
their
be
crest.
red and
it needs
stood
to
up,
be
isn't
red
it?
and sticking up as much as it can. And then their gobble, which is the bit under their chin, needs to be hanging low. And that's a happy hen.
That is a happy hen.
One that actually lets us pick it up. But she is molting, as you can see by these little tufts. She's just getting out of molt now, so...
No, she's pecking my feet.
So yeah.
Great. So we watch them and we look after them, don't we?
Yeah,
To see
we
whether
look
we
after
think they're
them
well or
very
not.
well. and when there's unwell hens, like this morning we woke up and one of them didn't seem very happy. Turns out just needed an egg and couldn't decide whether to go for the food first or to lay her egg first.
Oh.
That was her problem. So she's fine now. That was Lemon. She's having a drink. She's perfectly back to normal now, which is good.
Here she is. So this is the one with the more distinctive colouring because she has a little white ruff around her neck.
And she's very good.
And
She's the most tame.
And she was the first one to ever lay an egg, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was the first. We just saw her on the nest for the first day we got her.
She's looking very happy today. Right, off we go, Lemon.
Lemon, go back to your drink now.
Well, thank you for explaining how you look after the girls.
Sorry.
It looks like you're doing a good job because they're looking a lot better than they were when they arrived 8 weeks ago. A bit bald and not really understanding how to live like a hen should live.
Yeah.
So you happy looking after your hens, Ben?
Yeah, it's excellent.
Is it?
So, in here, oh, we've got an egg. In there, this is the where they sleep. They sleep perched on these. There's a lot of poo in there because that's what they do. They're animals.
So how do you get that out?
So we'll take out these trays here, which I won't take out at the moment because then all of the poo will fall through. But they have newspaper on, and then we'll just redo the newspaper, fold it up, throw it in the bin, and then put new sheets down for them. Then this is their sort of egg laying part. That's one of the eggs that we've got already today. So it's probably from one of the hens recently. And then that's the ramp down just there, and that goes down to the thing. This is where they sleep, and we tend to, if you look through here, we have, let's see, can I go down here? Over here, there is a tool that will let you shut and open the door.
So we lock them in at night?
Yep. I mean, not in a harsh way, just to keep them in, and then in the mornings we'll undo that once the food's in, and then they'll run down to the food and eat it.